We are back live here. It's the SRN Sports Zone live from Aspen Creek Grill in Noblesville, Indiana. Hamilton Sound Show. There we go. Got the crowd going here. Great food. I'll tell you what, we got some queso in front of us. It's fantastic. The crowds are coming in. It's the dinner crowd. This is an absolute great place to be. Come visit them. Try the powwow shrimp.
Sean, you know no one eats at home anymore. You have to come to the Aspen Creek Grill.
Yeah, stop by, say hi, wave at us. Maybe we got a couple SRN pins going on here.
What are you guys talking about? I make food at my own house every single night.
Never invited us.
He's looking at that DoorDash sign right there.
They call me Chef Diesel.
Oh my
Chef
God.
Diesel.
What's your specialty?
Chef Diesel. I make a very tasty ramen. You throw in a little bit of egg, and you get some meat.
That sounds like a college diet.
Whoa!
Ramen noodles?
I'm joking with you. I actually make a fantastic tiramisu.
And what about macaroni and cheese? Can you handle that one
Macaroni and
too?
cheese. I make.
Brent can boil him a hot dog.
He's on a budget.
I make a macaroni and cheese, but it is from the town of Kraft, if you've ever heard of it.
Oh, yes.
It is fantastic mac and cheese.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It is the Sports Zone here on SRN. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, we are Indiana SRN, which stands for Sports Radio Network. We broadcast high school sports all around the state of Indiana. We've been everywhere from, way up north. We've even been into Michigan. Brent's been down to Tennessee, but mostly we go in the state of Indiana.
I went to Missouri as well.
Missouri, yeah.
And I want to say I'm a fantastic baker. I make some of the best cookies you'll ever have. Chocolate chip cookies. If you have an event, I'll make them and you will enjoy them.
Brent's stuck on the food.
Next show.
We broadcast high school sports. We're getting ready. We're preparing for football season already. It's not even into the school year, but we're talking about football as it comes up. We'll have, quite possibly some weeks, we'll have 10 games on a week. We started webcasting this year, which is video on YouTube and on our webpage, indianasrn.org. Hey, if you'd like to sponsor, which we'd love to have you on board, coach at indianasrn.org. Drop Keith a line. He'll talk to you. We'll do some stuff here. But we kind of like to introduce all of us and kind of who we are and what we do. And we'll just go youngest oldest. How's
Let's
that
do
work?
that.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's you, Brent.
Do I get to go twice since I'm 2 times younger than both of you?
That's
You
fine.
could. That means you have twice as much to say, right?
That is correct. That's correct. My name's Brent Young. You know, I've been trying to get the bravado of the young Diesel out there for quite a while, and I've been able to go. First was born and raised in Cincinnati. Got to say that. Moved over to Indianapolis around 6th grade. Enjoyed myself at Cathedral High School after Our Lady of Mount Carmel, and then went down to Bloomington, IU Bloomington. Graduated with a degree in sports broadcasting, sports communication, the new school down there. Of course, was looking to get into journalism at first, and then decided got a face for TV and a voice for radio, so might as well give a whirl into the broadcast biz. But you know, definitely been working with Indiana SRN for quite a while since coming out of college, and have been delightfully excited to see not only the company grow, but see myself personally grow. I've been able to have it as easy as if I were to hop on a motorcycle when I was at first just trying to start to ride a bike when it comes to broadcasting a basketball or football or baseball or softball or any event you want to put in there. Lacrosse I've done. It's been a thrill to be able to work here, but you know, obviously want to mention sports affinities. You've already touched on it. We touched on it with Mr. Kevin Bowen, Cincinnati bred. I've cried, I've cheered, I've been up, I've been down, but in the end, it's always been about trust. Trust the process, put your thoughts in, put your feelings in, let your emotions fly. I'm all about it, and we're going to have a lot of fun on this show. We're going to have a lot of fun on this show.
Yes, we are.
That's all I know.
Yes, we are. I am Shawn Crull. I am the second, of not one of the owners, the second longest tenured guy here, I think, after Bill Ludlow. Keith Myers, who is our executive vice president, met in a Walmart grocery line, of all the things. I have a marketing degree from Southwest Baptist University. I am a high school teacher at Hamilton Southeastern High School just down the road. Married to the lovely Rebecca Crull, who is a teacher in New Palestine where we live. And opportunity presented itself. I've loved sports my whole life. Chance to broadcast it, and I met Keith in the grocery line, and 2 weeks later I'm broadcasting a baseball game, which was the sign right there. as baseball is my favorite sport. Born and raised just outside of Peoria, Illinois. Take 74 straight over, you run right into it. Which, yes, means most of my allegiances run from the state of Illinois. I am a diehard Cubs fan. I'm a diehard Chicago Bears fan. I'm a diehard Chicago Blackhawks fan. University of Illinois. Although my NBA fandom does lean towards the Indiana Pacers.
Oh.
I wasn't much of an NBA fan growing up, and I really didn't follow it until I moved here. So I have adopted the Pacers as my NBA team. This is just an amazing opportunity. I love talking about sports. I love broadcasting sports. I know my dad would be super proud of me as he looks down from the heavens, knowing his son is trying to achieve his dream. And having a radio show is just yet another step in that rung as we #Build Monster.
Shawn, of course, I grew up here in the Indianapolis area on the south side. I went to Southport High School and then traveled up to Muncie, where I did my undergraduate work at Ball State University, where I have a degree in radio and television and journalism. And from that point on, my career kind of took off. It started at a radio station in Rushville, Indiana. The station had not even been on the air when I went calling for a job there, and was on the charter staff, I guess you might say, as their news and sports director. And that's how I got my start. And that's where I got my start, obviously, with Ball State. In sports broadcasting, doing football, basketball, and baseball, and doing the same while I was in Rushville. And then it moved me all the way down to Florida, where I went to work at WFLA in Tampa, continuing with that broadcast industry. Then I took an opportunity to kind of shift positions and go on the other side of the media when I became the sports information director at Youngstown State University in Ohio. So I left sunny Florida to go up to the steel city of Youngstown, where I spent a couple of years.
Youngstown is grit.
Yes,
that's what it's called, #grit.
The home of the Youngstown State University Penguins.
Yes, the Penguins.
Quack, quack. They became a Division II national champion at one time.
Powerhouse.
Yeah, exactly. Bill Narduzzi was the coach when I was there. Then it took me all the way down to the University of Cincinnati, where I became the sports information director there for 4 years. And the opportunities that have been presented to me, guys, have just been God sent. And sometimes you find yourself a little down, and then something good happens, and those are the gifts that God has given us. And then when I returned to the Indianapolis area, I ran into you guys, and that has been such a addition to our family unit. This will be coming up this year, will be the 6th year, Shawn, that I will be the play-by-play guy for the Southport Cardinals. That's hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And we continue to grow and continue to be such a great family amongst all of us.
Speaking of the Southport Cardinals, you had a chance to talk with their head football coach,
Brandon Winters, who is now in his 3rd year, Brent, as the head coach for the Southport Cardinals. Extremely active guy, not only in the Perry Township area with football and young people, but also in a way to continue to keep them on track 24/7 when it comes to football. This coming Monday, Brandon, in addition to 4 other high schools here in the city, have a very special event. Let's go to that interview now.
That was smooth, fellas.